everyone, it's been a while. It's Dave Peoples here, and welcome to our next leg of our Around the World tour. And we're sitting here at Nice, France, and we are going to fly from here to Barcelona, Spain today. So, without further ado, we will be flying in the 737 -900ER in this Air Europa livery, and it should be a beautiful and very exciting trip today. So, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, first thing you got to do in the 737 is you've got to turn on the battery and get some power to the aircraft. So if you go up here, turn the battery on, you can close that. You need to put these two selector knobs to standby power. Okay, and then after you do that, you need to turn on the fuel pumps because we'll be turning on the APU. We need to get fuel to the APU. So what we're going to do is come right down here and we're going to start the APU. Turn it on, and now we'll start it. Now we'll just wait for it to start up. But while we're waiting for that to start up, we can go up to the top here and turn our ADIRS on for our flight today. Turn it to navigate, left side. Okay, when that turns white, you can turn on the other side. Okay, very good. I have it set for instant alignment, so that will make our job a little bit easier here. And the APU is just about started. It gets down around 4. You'll hear that come on. But as soon as I click the APU generator, that should go off. Now I'll turn on the APU bleed. Make sure the packs are off. The packs are off. We will turn on the de-icing mechanisms. And we'll align the equipment and exhaust cooling. We will arm the emergency lights. And we will go back up to the top here, and we will turn on some circuit breaker lights here. Turn some lights on. There we go, that's much brighter. And now we will turn on the window heat and the probe heat. These green lights should appear, the red goes out. That is good. We will turn on the electronic hydro pumps. And that's really all we have to do as for right now. Now we can come down and we can load up our FMC. So we're going to zoom in here real close. Hopefully everybody can see the FMC and what we're doing. Going a little closer. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. Okay, we will clear this out. It will say enter IRS position. So then do that, we're going to click the FMC. We are going to hit position initial, and we will type in where we're at. We're at LFMN, which is Nice. And now this comes up, we will clear this out down here. We'll click on this, it'll show up here. Now we're going to put it right there. There we go. So now we have aligned our IRS position. Now we can go to the route, put an origin up here, and our destination at Barcelona will be LEBL L E B L. We'll put that there. There we go. And our flight number today will go into Europe Airways, so we'll put in EA and make up a number 2714. Whoa, I need to clear all that out. I meant to clear that out first. So it would be EA 2714. And we'll put that there. Now we'll go to the next page and we will enter our waypoints. We're not going to have that many today, just a couple. And our first waypoint is going to be MUS, M-U-S. We will put that there. And we will take the one here that says Nice Coat. We'll click that in right there. And now we will put in our next waypoint, which will be Tibla, which will be T-E-B-L-A, Tibla. Put that in there. And next we'll put in L-E-B-L again. So L-E-B-L. Put that there. We will click right here on this. Now we will enter it here. Get rid of the discontinuity. We'll check our legs. And these are our legs right here. They look good. So we're going to activate now and execute. There we go. So the route is entered. Next thing we're going to do is go to initial reference page. And we will enter our altitude for today. We'll be flying at 21,000 feet, so 210. And let's see here, cost index will be 30%. Our reserves will be 5. And now if you click on the ZFW, it will give it to you here. You click it back, it'll enter the gross fuel weight at takeoff. It'll give you your CG of 20.4. Need to remember 20.4 because we have to enter it on our next page here. So we'll execute that. We'll go to takeoff. Flaps will be 5. And there's our CG, 20.4. Put that there. That'll give you your trim. Now we need to put in our departing runway, and we'll be departing from 24. Let me see. No, 22 right. So we'll be departing from 22 right. We'll execute that. We'll go back to legs. Make sure everything's still there. It is. It's good. Go back here. So this looks good from this standpoint. And so we are all set. And if we go up here, you see our routes already entered. That is good. We'll go ahead and give some lights down here. And we'll come over here. Went a little too far, and we'll turn this one on too. Lighten everything up. Okay, now we'll come out of here and we'll go up to the AP. And our course today for our, when we get to Barcelona, will be 244 degrees. So we will turn this to 244. Ooh, went too far. 244. Our speed, we're going to put in 250 knots to start with. Whoa, I always go too far. There we go. I will go ahead and turn on the auto throttle. I'll turn on the flight director, both left and right. Our cruising altitude, today we're going to be flying at 21,000 feet. It's a very short trip. It's only 250 some miles, so it's not that far. Whoa, too far. Alright, and now for our vertical speed, we'll go 1,800 feet per minute. A little far, there we go, that's good. put the course in over here also, 244. $244, very good. I will leave it set at 10 miles and this at 10 and get an away point in our airports. Give us a little bit more to go on. Okay, now before I do start the engines, I gotta come over here to the tablet, and we're gonna go down to the tablet, and you're gonna click on ground operations. You're gonna remove the chocks. Okay, the chocks have been removed. Ground service vehicles, you're gonna hit release all. That will release the stairs and everything. If you look outside, the stairs should start be pulling away here any second. There they go, they're pulling away. So we'll go back inside, so that is good. Now I'm going to go back to the home page, and I'm going to go to performance tools, but I'm not really going to go there because we don't really need that today. Here we go. We're going to go to this, and we're going to put this on full screen so we can kind of like track our route here. We can track it with our FMC screen, but this is also a good way of tracking our route for today. So we'll be flying right along the coastline here, and we'll be pretty close to the coast all the way to Spain. So, but anyway, now we'll come back over. We'll turn off the caution light. Now we can go ahead and start up the engines, and first thing I'm going to do is going to click this down the ground, and we will watch our N1, and as soon as our N1 gets up to 20, we will come down here and flip up the fuel selector switch. Alright, it's close enough. Alright, now the first engine should be starting up. I'll go ahead and put our flaps to 5 for today's takeoff. And while I'm down here, I am going to turn on the TCAS. We need to turn on the TCAS. Whoop, other way. To TARA. Now I'll swing back around and put some lights on down here. There we go, got some lights on down here. Okay. And it looks like the first engine's up because it went back to auto by itself. It does it automatically. So now we'll start engine 1 and watch for the N1 to get up to 20. It's at 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, it starts going up pretty fast. So now we'll go ahead and give it fuel. And when you give it fuel, you'll see it will increase a lot quicker. See, everything's spooling up now. So the second engine, number 1, will be up momentarily. And while we're waiting for that, I will come over and turn on the landing lights, the runway lights, taxi lights, and I should have already done these lights, but I haven't. Logo, our anti-collision, our wing, and our wheel well. Okay, looks like the second engine is up, and now that both engines are up, we need to turn the service packs on, and now we can turn off the APU. APU's off. Now we'll come over here and we will turn on the engine generators, and we will turn off APU bleed. So APU bleed is off, service packs are on, and we are looking good. Now we will set our altitude for today's flight. You have to do this. This is very important. Whoa, too far. 21,000 feet, and it's practically at sea level, so we'll go 50 feet. So, all right, and that should take care of that. Now we can taxi and get out of here. So we're going to do that right now. Okay, let's get out of here. I had already turned the parking brake off earlier, so we were okay there. I'll give you a look at Nice at the airport. I'm probably not going to bore you with taxiing the whole way down, so I will rejoin you when I get down at the runway. Okay, we're right here at runway 22 right, but I thought I'd give you this nice look back at Nice, France before we take off. So if it was in my last video, and Nice, France, very beautiful place. So let's get out of here now. Okay, we'll ease out here on the runway. This is the PMDG 737-900ER, and it is by PMDG. And I will say, you'll never find a better flight simulator product than you will find at PMDG. No, they're not paying me. I don't get any money for this. But it's just my opinion. They make the best aircraft for, you know, this is mostly all the switches work and everything works like it should. And it's not like a default aircraft. It's more thorough, and the views in it are great. The interior, the cockpit, the outside is just superb and outstanding. But anyway, that's my opinion of PMDG. So anyway, let's get out of here. But before I do, I'm going to start the clock. Get it started here. There we go. Clock is running, and we are going to get out of here. Try to keep it a little less than 100%, about 95 to 99% on the thrust. And we are out of here.
Positive rate of climb.
Positive rate of climb. Gear is up. Autopilot is on. Speed. Come on. Left nav. Left nav is on. Trying to get the speed light to come on. There it comes. Put the flaps in the up position now. Now we'll move it over this way, get a better view of where we just left the airport here. Looking back down at Nice, France. And everything is good, our speed is good, the flaps are up, the gear is up, and Everything is looking good and we're right on the line here. And it is 25.4 miles to Mus, and then that will be our last waypoint before we get to Barcelona. Like always, I will show you some views of Barcelona when we get there. And so anyway, I'm going to kind of let you go now, and I'll rejoin you when we get to our cruising altitude. Alrighty, we have reached our cruising altitude of 21,000 feet, and I thought I'd just show you this beautiful view outside the passenger window here overlooking the right engine. What a spectacular view that is. Okay, we have about 185 nautical miles to go before we get to Tibla. I will start making my descent when I'm close to 80 some miles out, so I can get down in time. Have to be down to 2,300 feet. So, but anyway, I will let you know when we're ready to make that descent. I'm going to show you some views of inside the aircraft now. Okay, this is looking into the passenger cabin, and you can notice that PMDG doesn't hold back on anything. The texture of the carpet, the texture of the seats. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. And if you notice, if you look closer to the seat, how the texture is, the stitching, it's just remarkable how well this is. The screens in front, and like I said, the texture of the carpet, it's just amazing. I really am impressed with PMDG. So anyway, I think I will let you go. I just wanted to show you those views, and we're crossing more over the Mediterranean Sea now. So, but I'm going to join you right before we get to our approach at Tibla. And anyway, I'll see you then. Okay, I started my descent and I'm slowing my speed down. I'm down to 16,000 feet right now. Have to get down to 2,300 before I get to Tibla. So I'm slowing my speed down. We need to get that down to 250 before 10,000. It looks like we'll have no problem there. I'm using a little assistance to slow down using the speed brake. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in the radio frequency for the ILS at Barcelona, and that frequency is 109.50. So we're going to go ahead and switch it to active. So we got that in there. We'll do the same over here. 10950, and we will switch it over. So our ILS frequency will be correct when we get ready to land. The course is already set at 244, so we should be okay there. So anyway, I am going to rejoin you when I get a little bit closer to Tibla. Okay, we are down to our altitude required by the time we get to Tibla. We're about 20 miles out. When I get about 10 miles out or so, I will reduce my speed and start giving flaps and get ready for our approach. So I will join you then. Okay, we're within that 10-mile mark, and I've reduced my speed, and I'm waiting for it to get down to 200, and I'll give it some flaps here. Alright, I'll give it 1 notch of flaps right now. Let it slow down a little bit more. I'll give it 2. Alright, give it 2. And it'll be in position 5 here in just a minute. Get down to the 180 some mark right before, there we go. We'll give it flaps 5. So we're going to hold it flaps 5 for right now. Our speed is slowed down to 180 knots. And when we get to T-blub, we will reduce our speed down to about 140 knots or so and give it full flaps. So I think I'll just stay with you here for the rest of the flight. And we're going to be making our turn here in a few moments. We're not that far from T-blub. Let's see how far we are. We are 2.6 miles. So we'll be making our turn pretty soon. And I'm going to go ahead. Now, when I start making my final approach, I will turn on the replay button, so I'll be able to show you a replay of the landing. Being that this is third party, and this is a third party aircraft and it's not default, so when I re-show you the landing, you won't see reverse thrust work and you may not see the flaps work. So just take that in mind. I will show you that my flaps are working. Now we're making our turn. I'm going to slow down to 140. Whoa, a little too far. Alright, and we're going to hit approach. Okay, and we'll be getting lined up here. I got the approach on. And I'm going to start giving it some more flaps here. Put the gear down. That will quit when I put the gear down. Alright, we'll give you some more speed, airspeed. There we go. My flaps got all the way down, that noise quit, along with the gear. My airspeed wasn't that low, it was just, they warn you. So I'm doing fine on my airspeed, it's nothing to worry about, we're fine. Actually, I think they want me to do 145, so I'm going to bring it up to 145. There we go. That should be better. Yeah, that's better. We're not down to the yellow. It got into the yellow a little bit, and that's why that noise came on, and then the gear. So, but we should be seeing the runway momentarily here. And we have captured the glide slope. So this is my first time landing here, so I don't know what to expect, but we're lined up for the runway. We're here and here, both level in the center, so it should be showing up soon, I hope. I don't see it yet, but I'm sure it will be. This is my first time landing in Barcelona, so we shall see. We shall see. Oh yeah, I see it now. It's up here. Up here's the runway, and it looks like we're right on the line. So we're doing good. We are doing good. There we go. Take a look at Barcelona here. Ship in the dock there. This is cool. my first time to Spain in simulator. So we're doing good. I'm going ahead and hit the recorder now, so I will record. So, but I will show you a view after land that the flaps and the reverse thrust do work. It's just if I show you the replay, it probably won't show up in the replay, but just be aware of that. Getting close here. Right before we get 100 feet or so, I will turn off the auto throttle.
Oh. 50, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, we are down, reverse thrust, and as you can see the flaps are up and reverse thrust worked. And I am going to take the next taxiway. Right up here, I see the airplanes up there, so we may have to go down a ways. But we're going to turn in right here. I turned off the autopilot. Now I'm going to turn it back on. Make that shut up. I get tired. These noises, they just drive me up a wall. They drive me insane. So, but anyway. But we are down. We did good. We had a good flight. And I'm going to find a place to park here. See if I can find a gate that's available. Looks like one right there. Let's see. Let's just turn in here. Yeah, there's some gates down here, so we'll just go down here and park at one of these gates right here. We're going to turn down this yellow line right here. Alright. And now I will do it outside so I can see where to stop and everything. Normally they have a guy at the airport that tells you how close you are and when to stop, but see those marking there? We're going to stop a little bit past the marking. A little bit past it. Okay, we're going to stop right there. And there you are. We are at Barcelona. I hope you enjoyed the flight. I'm going to leave you now, and then I'm going to show you some views of Barcelona like I always do. So I'll show you some views of Barcelona before we call it quits. But anyway, hope you had fun today. I did, and I will talk at you later. See you on the next leg.